Is it scarier to work in politics or to climb Mount Everest?
Well, given that in climbing Mount Everest, you can find yourself falling through a crevasse where no one will ever find your body, I would say working in politics.
Yeah, right. Very good. Okay, well, our next guest has done both. CBS News political contributor Terry Sullivan just climbed the world's tallest mountain, and he is back at sea level to tell us all about it. First of all, a round of applause
Good
for Terry,
job.
everybody.
You didn't end up in one of those crevasses.
Yes.
Politics may be safer, but it's not. It's much scarier. So,
Politics is scarier than climbing Mount Everest? Wow.
So I didn't even know you were into climbing. Why did you want to climb Mount Everest, and why not?
And don't say because it's there.
Right? Come on.
Were you going to say that?
I mean, of course you've got to say that. No, look, I don't know why. I love climbing. And there's just a progression over the years. I climbed, the next tallest mountain, and it's pushing myself outside of that comfort zone, and that's a lot of fun. To push yourself outside of that comfort zone and do things that you think are impossible.
What do you get from it, especially considering what you do for a living?
Right. I get this sense of like things I can control in my life. And pushing outside of those things so that you're just really challenged in a way that I feel like too much of us get stressed out in life about small things.
Yeah.
Someone in front of you in traffic, someone at the airport, you miss a flight. Look, if you miss a flight, who cares? There's another flight, and you're at an airport, and you're safe, and there's food, and it's climate controlled. When you're on a mountain, you've got real issues you've got to face, and when you're focused to face those, it makes everything else seem so much smaller.
But why specifically mountain climbing? I mean, you could, trek across America. You could swim across the English Channel. I mean, there's a lot of things that people do. Why this specific goal?
Well, I'm thinking fly fishing would be a smarter decision, honestly. But you know what? I love being outdoors. I mean, there's just something magical about being out there away from people. Sometimes it gets a little more crowded on Everest, but just being out there, nature is so beautiful.
You look so good out there.
Yeah.
What's this?
You look like a mountain man.
I look. So that's me. That's how I had to sleep at night above 23,000 and up.
With oxygen?
With oxygen.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. So can you give a shout out to your Sherpas, and how did you get up there?
So that's amazing group of people. No one climbs Everest on their own. Even the people who solo by themselves. That's a huge group. A lot of people, friends I climbed with, and our Sherpas, and just a wonderful group. Look, the porters, the people who set up the camps, that's risky stuff. Down to the people who do the set lines. When we climb up, there are lines already set on the mountain. Right. And the line fixers early on in the season have to do that. The people who put the ladders, you see me walking across ladders through the ice fall.
Wow.
The people who fix those ladders and pick the route.
So Terry, this couldn't have been cheap. How much does something like this cost?
Yeah, you know what? You can do it cheaper, but it's kind of like, plastic surgery, open heart surgery. You know what? Let's not go cheap.
Yeah.
Let's pay a little bit extra. I don't want the discount. So the cheapest, look, it's $18,000 just to get a permit.
Wow.
Just for
You're
a
kidding.
permit. That's for the government. It's the cheap ones are $30,000. Its average is probably $70,000 to $80,000, and it goes up from there. So it's
really, I mean, and it's great for people who are able to do that, but this is something that mostly people who are somewhat privileged are able to do.
Absolutely, and look, that's the thing, is there's this fine balance of, you want to be young enough to be healthy to do it, have enough financial resources to afford it, and also have the time. It's 2 months of your life. Wow. And so,
I was wondering why we hadn't seen you in
I know.
craziest political eras we're living in.
Yeah, did not
Where's Terry been?
Nothing.
On Mount Everest.
I didn't miss anything, did I?
Yeah.
The stock market's the exact same as the day I left.
Wait, but Terry, we're almost out of time, but did you think about politics when you were up there climbing?
No, never.
Not once.
Never.
You weren't like, I wonder what's happening back in D.C. or reading updates?
You know what? I would get friends who'd update me. The politics I was worried about is there going to be a nuclear war between Pakistan and India? Where I was very close to.
Right, yeah.
Like, those are the politics.
Yeah.
Literally, my phone, when I'm right near the summit, switched over to China time because I was closer to the China cell phone towers.
Wow, amazing.
And so you're in a different...
So you've done Everest, Denali. What's next?
Fly fishing for a while.
I like that.
Smart.
Very calm.
I bet your daughter likes that.
Very much likes that.
She wanted you to wait until she graduated before you went.
Before
and you
I
did, right?
Yeah, I did. I did.
that.
So.
Love it, Terry. Thank you very much. Congratulations again, my brother.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having me.
you.